So let's talk about how to make over $100,000 a year with a truck. So how our program works: you're going to purchase a truck from us, and then our truck also comes with a 5-year work contract. The truck prices that we currently have are anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000. Truck price. A brand new truck is anywhere from $100,000 to $120,000. These trucks are anywhere from 2 to 4 years old. Okay, they're still usually under warranty. They usually still have low miles. Now, when it comes to mileage on a truck, what you should understand: 100,000 miles on a car is like 1 million miles on a truck. Okay, same thing. Car, truck. So if you get a truck that has 400,000 miles, that's like getting a car with 40,000 miles. So that's a comparison. Understood? Good. So our trucks are anywhere from 300,000 mile range to the 500,000 mile range. That's the trucks that we have, and we usually like to keep them in this price range from 30 to 40,000, depending on which truck that you pick. Okay. Now, there's 2 ways you can purchase a truck. You can either purchase it in full or you can finance it. If you go through financing, we'll help you out with bank financing. Banks, especially if it's your first time business, they want anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 down to get started. Okay, so $10,000 to $15,000 down would be the start to purchase the truck, not the trailer. Trailers itself, they'll cost anywhere from on low end about $6,000, on a high end about $20,000. But you can get a pretty nice trailer for $8,000 to $10,000, no problem. A trailer is just a box with wheels. The trailer that we use for this route in particular is this exact trailer, which is called a dry van. Dry van, which means it's just a box. There's stuff that's called reefer, which means that's transporting food, refrigerated trailers. There's flatbed, so that's just the bottom. It has no sides, no top, nothing like that, right? So over here, the most common is just what we call a dry van trailer. All right? Okay, so that being said, let's go into the actual money side of things. So the route itself is going to be from New Jersey to Ohio, and Ohio to New Jersey. Okay? The trip information. This trip is going to be 8 hours each way, about 430 miles. Alright? So full round trip would be 16 hours and about 900 miles. Okay? So, let's talk about how much money you guys can make with this thing. On the New Jersey to Ohio route, what we are transporting is garbage. Now, if you're living in this area, New Jersey, New York area, it's very hard to be a truck driver making money going out of this area because we don't make anything anymore, right? We just consume everything. So unless you're going to work for the port where a lot of stuff comes into the port, that's good, you'll make money, but that's only making money one way. Because once you deliver it, you got to bring the empty container back. Alright? So with this route, one thing that we have in abundance that's never going to die is garbage. So Jersey and New York buy everything. What happens when we buy it? We use it and it turns into garbage. So we ship it out to Ohio. So the New Jersey to Ohio route of garbage will pay you $650 on average. Okay? $650 for that trip. The Ohio to Jersey route, that's where you're transporting general freight because there's a lot of manufacturing in Ohio. So in Jersey, we're going to transport to a landfill in Ohio. Ohio, you're going to dump your load of garbage, and it's not like food garbage, it's like recycled papers and plastics that they can't recycle, so it's nothing crazy. So all you do is you empty out your load. The way they're going to empty out the load is you're going to back into what they call a tipper. It's a platform. The platform's going to rise like this. Everything's just going to slide out the back. Alright, and then it's going to drop back down, and then you drive off. All you need to do, you don't have to touch anything. With a broom, sometimes you just have to sweep off the rest that's left. Okay? That's pretty much it. It's a dry product, so
I think it's just lifting up
the trailer.
Trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it secures the trailer down, you unhook, and it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the Ohio to Jersey route, that's your money maker, because that's when you're transporting actual goods back to this area. Okay, depending on what you're transporting and how much you're transporting, this will pay you anywhere from $1,100 to $1,800. Okay. What's the difference? Again, if you're transporting something that's more expensive, you can charge more to transport. Or if you're going up to New York and Brooklyn and stuff like that, that's when you go into this higher end range. Now the only downside with that is you're going to pay the tolls going in. At the end of the day, it is still more profitable to go there, but not everybody can deal with the tight streets and the hassle and the traffic. So some people would rather just stay local in Jersey area. Okay. So the number that we're going to use is $1,250. So we're going to stay a little bit on the lower end, just to be safe. Okay, that's about average. So when it comes to your weekly gross. Gross means your income, right? Your weekly income, total income that's coming in. An average driver can do 2.5 trips per week. Okay, so one full trip, if we go $650 plus $1,250, that's going to give us what? Got my calculator here. $650 plus $1,250, that's going to equal $1,900. So $1,900 for one full round trip. It's going to be 2 days. 8 hours there, sleep there, 8 hours back. Okay? An average person can do, average driver is 2.5 trips per week. So that means week 1 you'll do 3 trips, week 2 you'll do 2 trips. Okay? A really good driver, above average driver will do 3. But we're just going to keep it average and conservative. So 1,900 times 2.5, talking about your weekly gross income of $4,750. That's going to be your weekly gross. Weekly income. Okay? So, that's not the money that you're taking home, that's the money that you're making. Okay? Now let's talk about your expenses. There's really 4 main expenses when it comes to this stuff. Expenses will be in red. So we're going to do weekly expense. We're going to have a truck payment. If you financed it, right? If you bought it in cash, you don't have this. You're going to have insurance. You're going to have fuel. You're going to have maintenance. Okay? Truck payment. We have no idea what your truck payment is going to be, so we're going to come up with a crazy number of $500 per week. Now, it's definitely not going to be $500 per week because that comes out to $2,000 a month. That's a mortgage payment. That's not a truck payment. Right? This is going to be a $40,000 truck at the most. Ain't going to be $2,000 a month for a $40,000 truck. Make sense? But we're going to say it worst case scenario. Insurance. Insurance is about $300 per week on average. Okay? It comes out to anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 a year, depending on the experience of the driver. Okay? Fuel. So we're going to calculate fuel. How are we going to do that? We're going to first figure out how many total miles a week we're going to be doing. So one round trip. So this times 2 is going to be 860, right? We're going to add an extra 40 miles because sometimes you got to transport. So from landfill, you got to drive some miles to go pick up your load, right? So we're going to say about 900 miles for a round trip. Equals 900. Yes? Yeah. Good. I'll broad it over here so you guys can see it better. Round trip is 900 miles. Now, how many trips we do in a week? 2.5, right? So 900 times 2.5 is going to give us how many miles per week? 900 times 2.5, talking about 2,250. 2,250 miles per week. Okay? Now, an average truck does about 9 miles per gallon, anywhere from 7 to 9 miles per gallon. We're going to say this truck does 6 miles per gallon. Okay? Worst case scenario again. So at 6 miles per gallon, at 6 mpg, we got to see how many gallons we're going to go through. So over here, we would go 2,250 divided by 6. That's 375 gallons. Equals 375 gallons. Okay? Now that times the price of fuel. Price of fuel right now is probably a little bit under $3. We're gonna over exaggerate. We're gonna say it's 325. Okay, for diesel. Alright? Again, everything's over exaggerated, just worst case scenario. 375 times 3.25. Talking about at the end of the week, your fuel is going to cost you $1,218. So round that up to 1,250. Again, worst case scenario, yes? Maintenance costs. Now maintenance, this is money that you guys should keep to the side just in case something bad happens. This is not money that's going to be spent every week because you shouldn't blow a tire every week. But you're definitely something bad is going to happen eventually, right? So what the industry average says, you should keep 17 cents per mile. So 0.17 cents per mile should be kept to the side just in case something bad happens. Okay? So if we're doing 2250 times 0.17, you're talking about 382.5. So we're going to round that up to $400 a week that we should keep on the side. Now this is money that you should put away to the side. Don't party with it because when the engine goes, you want the money to pay for it. Right? And at the end of the year, if nothing happens because you did your pre-trip every day and you did your air brake inspection every day and you caught the problems when they were small, not when they were big, then this is extra gravy money on top. Make sense? Because at the end of the year, nothing bad happened because you did the job that you're supposed to do. This is just a bonus for you. So, let's say worst case scenario. So we got 500 plus 300 plus 1250 plus 400. That's going to equal your weekly expenses come out to 2,450. Okay? So let's do the math on that. You're going to have your income is 4,750. Your expense is going to be 2,450. That leaves you with profit of minus 4,750, 2,300. So your weekly profit, 2,300. Now this, of course, is if you're working for yourself, driving for yourself.
So that was one question I was going to ask you.
Paying somebody, you subtract whatever you're paying them.
Say $1,000.
Yeah.
About the average, right?
Yeah. Anywhere from for this route, anywhere from, depending on your experience. If you want a really experienced guy, you're talking about $1,200 a week.
So I still be.
So making $1,100.
$1,100.
If you're gonna have somebody else work for you.
That's good money. That's decent. You sit at the crib.
Yeah.
$8,000.
That's one truck.
Truck.
Because if you're not the one driving and you got the cash to purchase more trucks, then you can grow it as big as you want. Right? This is the most consistent route all year round. There might be guys that are saying, hey, I'm making a lot of money going down to Florida and picking up watermelons, but what happens when the watermelons go away? Now you got to go find something else, right? And they'll be jumping around all over the country. Can you jump around all over the country and make a little bit more money? Yeah, I'm sure. But to make consistent money all year round, this is the best way that we found to do it. The simplest way. Okay? So going back to what you can make at the end of the year. So we already calculated $2,300 per week in profit times 50 weeks because you guys want 2 weeks off, right, for holidays and all that stuff. So 50 weeks comes out to $115,000 per year in profit. Now, the other thing that we have to discuss is, say you purchase a truck outright in cash, right? So that means you're not going to have this $500 per week, which comes out to $2,000 a month. Or say when the truck is paid off. That means that this is extra money coming into your guys' pocket. So $500 a week is $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year of pure profit. So that times $24,000 a year of pure profit. You do that plus 24,000, $139,000 per year of you driving a truck home every other night, by the way, so you're not going to be out away from the house too long. So that's it. You're going to be pretty much, if on this kind of schedule, you leave on a Sunday afternoon and you'll do 3 round trips by Friday afternoon. And then your next week, you'll leave Monday and you'll do 2 full round trips by that Friday. All right? So that's how we kind of came out to the 2.5 trips per week. Now, if you have a really good guy, and there's ways that we can help you get even bigger if you want, where we'll put 2 guys in 1 truck. The truck starts running 24 hours a day. And if you want to stay local and your work is just to get them to work, get them the loads, and organize them, you do all the local deliveries. So that means you have a yard here. You have a CDL yourself. You have 2 guys that truck once 24 hours a day. You have 2 sets of trailers. All they do is they pick up from Jersey, drop off in Ohio, come on back, drop off their trailer. They don't have to unload or anything like that. That's your job, and the next day to go deliver that local load. So now that truck can instead of doing 2.5 trips per week, they can do 4 trips per week, 5 trips per week.
Another trip will make this local.
Correct. Oh, that's all part of this stuff.
Okay, all right.
That's all part of this. But now you have 2 guys in 1 truck instead of purchasing a whole nother truck and having double the insurance, double the fuel, double the maintenance, double the truck. It's the same expense, but now more revenue because that truck's running more time legally.
Okay.
Make sense? So that's how you can make over $100,000 a year with a CDL license.